The festival of Pesach, Passover, is upon us. And soon families all around the world will sit down to celebrate the Pesach Seder. And no two Pesach Seders are alike. They're all different. Even though we use the same text of the Haggadah, each and every one is different. And speaking of the Haggadah is perhaps the book that has been printed more times. There's more editions of the Haggadah than any other Jewish book, including the Torah. There are literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of editions of the Haggadah, some of which don't exist anymore. In my own home, I have about 40 editions of the Haggadah. And some of the editions of the Haggadah focus on trying to understand the meaning of the words. Some of them are pilpul. They really try to extract deep learning. Others are perhaps more along Hasidic learning. Some of them follow the words of the Balei Musa, those the great experts of ethics in Lithuania. Each Haggadah has got its own bent. Some of them are illustrated, some of them are not illustrated. Some of them have lengthy commentary, some of them have less commentary. And even recently they put out a Haggadah, which is a graphic novel. It tells over the story of the Haggadah in a cartoon form. There are so many different forms. What does this all mean? What does it mean in general, and what does it mean for Pesach in particular? The Talmud says about Torah learning, Ein Adam Lamed Ela B'makom Shel Libo Chafetz Ba. A person only learns in an area of Torah that his heart desires. There are many different areas of Torah. There's learning Tanakh, the written law. There's learning Talmud, and even then there's the Talmud Bavli, the Talmud Yerushalmi, the Babylonian Talmud, the Jerusalem Talmud, and there is Midrash, there is Musar, there's Hasidic works, there's Halakha, Jewish law. There's so many different aspects. Now, one should try to learn all of those aspects, but each person will be drawn to a particular region, and that's where that person should put the majority of their efforts, the majority of their time, because Hashem wants us to enjoy the Torah. Every single morning we say a blessing. When we say the blessing of the learning Torah, we insert a prayer. V'ha'arevna Hashem Elokeinu. Hashem, make the words of Torah sweet in our mouths. We want to enjoy learning because that's the basis of our whole religion. So everybody who sits around the Pesach table, their Seder is going to be different because they relate to a different area. They're saying the same words, but the way that they will explain those words, the emphasis that they put will be different from another Seder that's happening down the road. And that's fine. That's perfect. Hashem didn't want it to be monolithic. After all, we see he didn't have a single nation, but he had a nation made up of 12 tribes. Each of the tribes had their own particular personality. As we see at the end of the book of Bereshit, when Jacob blesses his sons, and at the end of the Torah itself, in the Devarim, Moshe blesses the tribes. Each and every one of them is compared to a different animal, has a different personality, has different strengths, but all of them ultimately are used to serve Hashem. That's what we should concentrate on this Pesach. Not to be the same, not to be monolithic, but to serve Hashem with each and every one of our own particular strengths and personality. I wish you all a Chag Pesach Kasher V'Sameach.